So it is Tuesday. Just got a can tune done this morning. I got this car dropped off and apparently working on the Tomei M7960 turbo install. We've done so many. And also the AEM ethanol kit. Also did the spark plugs and the injectors already in. And just got the stock turbo out. And this guys are already ready to go in, so I have to swap out the O2 housing and transfer over there. And speaking of O2 housing, this is how the O2 housing was in the car. This little hex bolt right here and some random nut, and also missing one stud right there. Obviously a lot of leak I see. And I gotta do something about this gasket situation here too. That's all like silicone and stuff. So, I mean, I've seen some worse condition ones, but this is very creative, you know, hex, and obviously it didn't hold at all. So, I'll get this done. And also, this was missing all the nuts and dang. All right. So got the O2 housing transferred, no leak, fresh new studs and bolts. Also wire brushed the whole thing, so there's no leak on this side either. This gasket was all separated. Silicone, this don't work. So just wire brushed everything. I'm gonna use a fresh set of Vibrant Performance gaskets that will solve the issue, hopefully. Now the turbo's ready to go back in. Alright, so cars are off the lift, the turbo's installed. I haven't put the intake back on yet just to make sure there's a leak, and it came out to be the coolant line is actually slightly ripped, so I gotta replace it, which is no biggie. Yeah, prime the turbo, make sure there's a lubrication and there's no major leak before I start the car. Started the car, everything's nice. Base tune for 550cc injectors here, and right now I'm just running the Water-meth kit. I was already under there, so now all left to do is weld the bung here and install the tank and the pump in the back. Also do the wiring. Lots of cutting and wiring, chopping going under the car after. Now it's installed. Just giving the signal because it's a low meth, but everything works. Just gotta fill it up, make a bracket. This is not my wiring, by the way. It was already there, but clean install. Nothing's showing. It's hiding under all the interior pieces. Probably in an hour I'll be able to finish it. Tomorrow morning I gotta go get some supplies, like a fuse tapper and stuff. Welded the flange, just kind of sprayed the whole pipe so it's nice and clean, and it's gonna be installed before I go back to my house. I gotta do some online stuff. I couldn't do it today, so people are just pissed off. Alright, so got the piping back in the place, nice and clean, like it's meant to be over there. And the meth bung right here is also hidden. See how I painted it and just kind of hide everything under, so it's not even showing. So perfect angle right there too. So all done. I just have to bolt up everything, whatever's missing right now. It will take me like an hour for everything, make a bracket and all that. I could definitely do it tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure everything's running fine and there's no problem with the car or whatnot before I go home. Alright, so it's Wednesday. Came into the shop early again. Just took care of all the EC orders. Got an email, everything, took care of it. These days I'm just coming in a couple hours early and leave the shop at least 4 or 5 hours late, but I guess I caught up with everything, and especially it was just kind of hectic yesterday, a bunch of people showing up. I had to take care of the can tunes and custom tune. Now I was also doing the install. So once I drop all that off, I just gotta finish up a few things on this, make the bracket for the meth kit, and I'll set up on the dyno. The customer is gonna be here at 2 o'clock. We're gonna get started. Okay, so got the bracket all made and nice and solid, not going anywhere. So yeah, everything's filled up, ready to make some pulls. Just I'm actually gonna finish a little early. I told the customer at 2, so I'm just gonna run out and get something to eat. That's actually the hardest part, that I can't be at the shop. I have to run out for little things like dropping off packages and getting lunch. That's the only downside I figure right now. But yeah, she squirts. Just checked it, bled it out, and I'm just gonna set it up on the dyno and get something to eat. How's the car drive?
Amazing.
Yeah, like it?
Yeah.
Extra 100 horsepower.
Yeah.
Alright, have fun with it, man. Drive safe. Alright, take care, man. I'm just really tired. There was some issues with the synapse blow valve. I mean, they're always finicky, but this one was a little special. Had to do like different routing. One wanted to see the pressure, one wanted to see the vacuum. So it took me a while to figure it out, but it just kind of burned me. And today's like really humid too. But anyhow, here's the before and after comparison with the stock turbo tune. And 193, 308. It's actually did about 315 on our dyno, which should be about 360 on the dyno jet. So you could definitely see. Some people will be like, "Oh, it's only 60 torque," but that's when you don't know how to read dyno. Obviously, it's just a peak, but under here is definitely over 100 or more, and the flatter torque, the more horsepower. So the horsepower shoots up with the bigger turbo, whereas the stack one will just taper down. And that's the beauty of Tomei Turbo. It's going to be very responsive. You can see the peak boost around 36 or 37. So you don't sacrifice so much on the lag. The stock one will shoot up, will be a peak boost about 27. So you're like about 1,000 RPM behind, but it's still solid. Definitely if you had a built motor or something, you could shoot like probably 22 pounds. We have 400 plus, and that'll max out there. So if you're looking for something very street, I definitely recommend Tomei. It comes with everything, high quality. If anything, they'll replace it.